Professor, we made a mistake.
We did that.
We're just getting this whole thing figured out. We've been now commercial bluefin fishing for how long, roughly?
I think this was our fourth season.
Our fourth season. We've never really got a sense for pricing in the market before, in terms of we've always just gotten paid from our buyer what we got paid, and so therefore we've never really known what we could have gotten anywhere else.
Right.
This year we learned a little bit of a lesson on this. Now, in another video, we talk about what we made for the entire year. We caught 20 bluefin tunas this year for this January, February season in the Outer Banks.
That's what we took to the market, was 20 of them.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we took to the market. And so we changed our buyer. And by the way, we're not mentioning the buyer's name. There's no need to mention it. We're just trying to teach or share with you the lessons we have learned in this experience.
It's a valuable lesson.
And our commitment is transparency. And so we're trying to be as honest as possible as we can here in terms of our journey and what we're going through. So with that being said, we lost a lot of money by not getting top dollar on our fish.
Yeah.
So can you break down how many fish we caught before we changed buyers, how many fish we caught after, and what the difference was in terms of what we were getting paid? Break that down for us, because it's a lot of money. It's going to surprise some people.
So we had 10 fish in the beginning that we sold to our buyer that we had used for the last couple of years.
Yep.
And we just weren't getting any money. All our fish were always getting put down at the dock. There was always something wrong with it. Poor shape, yucky, you know what I mean? We didn't take care of the fish properly. It's all things we were getting told.
And we averaged what on those?
We averaged $4.85 a pound on the 10 fish that we sold to that first
So
buyer.
less than $5 a pound, which means, unless you are catching, just to give you a sense for that, if your fish dresses out at 300 pounds, which is a good sized fish, you are going to get a check for $1,500, just under $1,500. You got $800 in expenses, which means on that particular day, you made less than $700 for what is a crew of 3 people.
Correct.
Pretty difficult. And that's not including even anything going back to the boat.
Well,
very difficult to make any money like that.
Yeah, and in the beginning, we actually had to be divided 4 ways because we had myself and 2 other crew members in the boat share.
Yeah. Thanks for clarifying that. And so with that being said, we averaged $4.85 for the first 10. We switched buyers. Did we change anything about what we were doing to our fish?
Well, see, that's the funny part because, like I said, I mentioned a few seconds ago, our fish were being put down. So I actually changed our tactics on how we were taking care of the fish. I was told that you could not drag the fish from the tail. Unbeknownst to the buyer, I started dragging them by the face, the last 3 fish. Well, it was 4 fish in the mix of those 10 fish. Dragged from the face. Swam them for an hour, bled them, did everything that I was told I was doing wrong. But I did not tell my buyer that.
Yep.
And I sat back and I watched.
Watch the prices.
Watch the price to see if there was any difference in the price that we got. I still got told the same thing. Fish have yaki, poorly taken care of, dragging them from the tail. So that to me, right there told me it was a test that I was getting taken advantage of.
Well, plus some of the most experienced, most successful commercial bluefin fishermen that we have worked with were telling us, you're doing everything that we're doing, and sometimes we were doing more than others were doing, and they were getting paid more per pound. And so it was it just started to compound, and we said, we've got to
change it.
This is not sustainable long term if we want to make any money at all.
Right.
Can't do it. Okay. So when you did switch buyers, you asked the new buyer, I think, a very relevant question.
I did, because I've been told and put down so long about my fish. I was really paranoid about it. I said, what can I do to take better care of my fish? Give me what you would like to see. Our fish look better or what, And he's like, you're doing fine. You take really good care of your fish. I said, so there's no room for improvement? He said, no, looks great.
I mean, that's it.
$2 more a pound.
$2 more a pound. Didn't change anything except the buyer.
And I actually went back to dragging them by the tail, just doing the same old routine thing that we had started the season doing, we've done for the last several years. So,
yeah, just goes to show really, really good point. And another lesson learned there.
Yeah.
We're here in the engine room of Speechless Professor. When was the last time you changed the oil?
It's been about 125 hours ago, but I don't even have to worry about it because BoatBot takes care of it for me.
That is really, really cool. So basically, that means we have no guessing games here, right?
Nope. Just lets me know when it's time to handle it. Keeps things running smooth and on time.
Professor, I just love how all this technology is coming out these days and helping boat owners, and BoatBot is certainly leading the way. So we switched buyers, and then we caught another 10 fish.
Yep.
And instead of averaging $4.85,
we averaged $6.68. Now, keep in mind, our last couple fish, we didn't get that much money for because the market got so flooded.
Everybody got pretty much like they had to cut off the market at some point because it was just too many fish. Yeah, too many.
But I mean, we were averaging $7.50, $7.80. I mean, our fish were getting paid to us in $0.00. That's how broken down it was. If the buyer, with our old buyer, it was either a round number. You got $4 a pound. You got $5 a pound. You know what I mean? It was never $7.70 or $7.13.
Yes.
And plus, with our previous buyer, we never got a printout of what the fish sold for, who got what. With the new buyer we have now, we get a sheet of what the fish sold for, what the fish house gets, what the commission of that buyer is, and everything is right there in black and white.
Yeah.
It might not be accurate, but at least it's there and you're looking at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So ultimately, the financial difference that this made, if we had that second buyer the entire season, we would have made how much more money? Now, I mean, obviously, we're guessing here.
Right.
Or is it speculation?
We're taking the average.
But if we had the same buyer, that second buyer, the entire season, how much more money would we have made?
Almost $8,000 more.
Wow.
On top.
That is a really significant amount of money certainly for us. I would think it'd be for you too, for anybody that's listening.
Anybody, I would think.
Yeah. So that's $8,000 that the boat doesn't get, that doesn't go to the crew. And so tell us, what have been the lessons that you've taken from this?
Well, in layman's terms, it's just best to shop around. Just like when you go to the grocery store, you know what I mean? Even though you're going to buy this for this price, there might be somewhere else that you can buy it a lot cheaper. Or when you're selling goods, you know what I mean? So it's really seller beware, because I gave our old buyer ample time, just thinking, well, maybe it's going to get better. Maybe it's going to get better. He's treating us fair. Well, come to find out, it's the truth. We were told time and time again,
We were warned that, you should probably make a move.
Right.
But it's just hard to make a move when you only know one thing.
And plus, when you started with a buyer mid-season, see, when he found out that we were switching, he still had 3 of our fish.
Just scary.
And I was scared because I was like, man, are we going to get paid for those 3, And of course, the price dropped way, way down once he found out that we were selling somewhere else. But it's not like we tried to hide it. And we told him straight up, and we're very polite about it and stuff like that. And it is what it is, you know what I mean? But it's just, I'm glad we switched. Because it really turned our season around.
It did, and we ended up having a very successful season for us. We didn't break the bank, but we didn't lose money, and we actually put some money into the bank, which is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and I needed that extra money. You know what I mean? So that's my only check that I get.
That is it. I mean, it is feast or famine. You eat what you kill, and that's exactly what we've experienced here. So there's not some other paycheck that's going to save us.
Right.
So this is a big deal, big lesson learned. Hopefully this helps you a little bit. We'd love to hear in the comment section, what's been your experience? If you're a commercial fisherman, what's been your experience? We prefer you not mention names. Just keep the names out. There's no reason to mention anybody's names. We're not trying to point the finger at anybody. We're just trying to make a point specifically about the importance of awareness, understanding the market, getting a few different quotes per se, if you will, or just working with a few different buyers so that you can optimize your business. And we feel like our business is getting stronger, brand is getting bigger. We're starting to really get a lot of traction out there, and it's because of videos like this where we're just going to tell people, hey, this is exactly what happened, and then you can be the judge of that, right? Not perfect, we're figuring it out, but at least we're going to be honest and real about it. We hope this was helpful to you, and we certainly hope that you'll subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that anytime we get a video, you see that. Also, make sure you get your swag and go fishing with this guy because he is the best. SpeechlessSportFishing.com right here, Pirates Cove Marina in Manio, North Carolina. Until the next time, everyone, stay salty.